The game has resumed once again. If you missed the beginning, it will be Tyloo with a one-round lead here. Cloud9 unable to get the bomb plant down in that round, so they're going to be buying into this one with quite a bit of utility, which can be very powerful. We actually saw that in the last game. You can make quite a lot of headway by just getting a couple of good flashbangs, especially on the B side of the map.
Already presence over in B halls for Cloud9. Skadoodle, no surprise that he will be, whoa, no, not quite managing his economy as much as I thought. He's actually bought quite a bit. He dropped for a teammate because he's got a Glock. So interesting here. Will be Stewie with the raid boss approach, Tech9 Kevlar. And while Cloud9 right now, they're just patiently waiting to see if Tyloo do what Tyloo do best, which is go aggressive. That's what's cost Tyloo so many rounds in the past. They just take unnecessary risks in situations that favor them, where they just need to sit and wait, and instead they're out there looking for fights.
Right now they're doing a good job at staying pretty close. I like, well, now that Bentet is moving up towards the actual plateau, but they were having a pretty tight little circle going on down there towards the drop. Stewie's made his way out, but there's a smoke in the way. He's not going to care much, just gets flashed through, turning that back to somebody, and he'll pick up two big kills. Bentet eventually drops. DD still on the site to get the kill on Skadoodle, and that will be Tyloo winning a second round, only losing 2 players. Definitely not the end of the world, crushing that from Cloud9, and no bomb plant either for the Americans.
Nope. So, once again, you're going for that kind of force buy. You at least, like, that's like, there's a checklist, right? Bomb plant, yes, good. You know, a few kills, even better. Now, of course, you win the jackpot if you actually win the force buy round, but you really do need to at least get that bonus 800, because now you have no Kevlar, you don't even have a flash grenade, not a single flash. Somebody should be taking the hit here and just investing $200 in that flash to give yourself even a small chance of getting out onto that B site for the plant, because right now you've got 3 players who are ready and waiting on Tyloo. And this is going to be looking a bit brutal.
Yeah, maybe if you're really lucky, you can run someone down with a Glock, but more than likely, oh well, as a long-range headshot, no head armor for somebody. That's just such a big risk. Why would you do that? Just as we were talking about the Glocks being largely ineffective, when they don't have head armor, it's much better. Actually, we just, to a perfect illustration, DD did have head armor, and he's just down to 53, no trouble at all. A 5-on-3 here. And I'm not sure why Cloud9 are delaying this so much. Surely it's worth it to just get on with the game. Let's get it on.
Let's get it on. Well, there you go. 1-for-1 trade, good enough. And then Bentet's just like, nah, I don't think so. Double spray on Stewie and Ska. And it's going to be a 3-0 lead now for Tyloo on the CT side of Cobble. Cloud9 finally can buy, but there was not enough money for Skadoodle to go for the AWP, sadly for him. And sadly for Cloud9, because we've actually seen some pretty impressive rounds out of Skadoodle with that AWP. I mean, yesterday versus Na'Vi, everything was pretty much batshit, and, well, Ska was a big part of that. Lots of 1vx situations and some flashy off plays as well.
We'll see how they do here. T-side Cobblestone, I mean, definitely some fun places you can use the AWP to open with, but they could do just fine with the AK as well. They're a bit worried that Tyloo are going to go aggressive a bit late in the middle here, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Instead, Captain Mo is over by A-Long. There's a bit of a fight in drop. DD will take one. It's still a pretty good trade here for Cloud9. They get the kill on HC and see what they can do next. Captain Mo sneaking in. The timing is almost perfect, but Skadoodle there to back Stewie up, and it's going to be 3 versus 4 now.
Yeah, advantage for Cloud9. Rotation's already coming back over towards this A site as well. Cloud9 may have missed an opportunity, but it's only a single player over here. It's DD. He's all the way at the back of the site, so he's got that going for him, but they still have a Molotov on Stewie, and we'll see where he decides to use it. Nothing has got the angle now, and he spots him out. Easy kill for Nothing. Hit that shot every day of the week. And that leaves it 2 players here alive for Tyloo. Stewie in position to catch them rotating, but somebody's there to be the hero. Manages to find the kill just before Stewie was about to assassinate his teammate. Instead, it's only a man advantage now for Cloud9 with that bomb rotated all the way back over towards B. Tyloo have no idea what's going on now.
No, they really don't, but they might have just heard that flashbang behind them, so that should be a bit of an indication that something is up. The bomb will certainly go down. Somebody in Bentet, if they pick up this round, that would be a huge clutch on their part. Long range spray, somebody getting a headshot on Skadoodle, who is being way too exposed in that one. It will be a good spray from Shroud. And Bentet in a 1 versus 2 trap. That's a great grenade right in Shroud's face, and he's still pushing up to it. He's got to be quick about it, and he's not quick enough. Nothing will come over the flank, and Cloud9 will win the round in spite of some shaky movement there.
Tough break there for Bentet. That was a filthy nade. If Shroud had just been a little bit lower in HP, what a different situation would have been, because Bentet knew that he had a man at his back. So that information would have been key, and the bomb wasn't even planted for the man rotating over from A as well for Cloud9. So sometimes, you know, Lady Luck, she's just not smiling at you. It's not going to be your day, and Cloud9 are on the board, not wasting any time at all. Double AWP setup here for Tyloo, though. They're throwing chance to the win, Anders. They really are putting all of their economy on the line here in this round.
And I kind of like it. Definitely an aggressive buy this early on, especially when those 2 AWPs are being supported by 2 FAMASs and 1 UMP, and very little utility outside of that. Let's see what Cloud9 can do if they realize that this is going on. I mean, this is something that we didn't see out of Virtus Pro. They were not doing a good job at shutting down really anyone, but especially Yugi with that AWP. They needed more flashbangs and everything else. We'll see if Cloud9 can do a better job on the T side here, which normally we do see teams do. Stewie's managed to make his way quite far up onto the site, but does get caught by the truck, and now the rest of the push going towards the B bomb side. There's Bentet picking up 1. Any counter grenades coming in towards him. They've got a Molotov on nothing, but it's not being thrown just yet. Instead, shot coming through the box. He's buying so much time here. Somebody gets a kill with the FAMAS. Bentet still going strong, and now DD close to the broken wall, gets the spray on 1. Automatic is in a lot of trouble, but at least he picks up that kill.
DD is so aggressive, just running in there looking for the duel. They just refuse to back off Tyloo. Once the engagement is through, that's it. They're looking for the fight, and the timing is impeccable. Automatic will find the headshot on Captain Mo. That was a brilliant shot, but he has no idea that there's a man on the site right now, and this may come back to haunt him. Reload sound looks like somebody was just far enough not to hear it, but it won't matter. He gets the timing on Automatic, gets the peek, even saves one of the AWPs. What a key round for Tyloo, but those plays.
Yeah, Bentet just going big on the plateau. That's a really important double kill that he picks up there, and I mean, they did only have 1 Molotov, but maybe they could have forced him out. You know, maybe nothing could have got rid of him.
Or run through the smoke together?
Yeah, something like that. 6th round is coming up here. Tyloo making it interesting. Cloud9 only allowed to win a single round before they are back to pistols again. Very frustrating, although Stewie's already taken down Bentet. That's over by the plateau again. Aggressive positional play from the Chinese.
Yeah, young Stu. He's had slow starts so far this tournament on the maps. So we do need to see a strong start here out of Stewie. Otherwise, I think Cloud9 will be struggling once again. But if he's able to get a few confidence-building frags like that, the Stewie that we all know and love can show up and actually start wrecking house. It's going to be up to Tyloo, and it's going to be up to Bentet, I think, to shut him down. Not this time, however. Oops. Automatic just trying to make as much noise as possible over here.
Oh, I like this push. This is so well done by somebody. Very few players actually manage to do this, but he's quite aggressive to try and find the information. Automatic will go down to DD. And now HC up on the bomb side, going for a bit of a fight with the AK. Stops the bomb and stops Shroud as well. Not good enough for Cloud9 in terms of pushing the bomb side, and that leaves Stewie, who's managed to make his way up by the truck. He's got 40 seconds. He's also got a bullet in the face. HC picking up a 3rd kill of the round for him.
What is going on? Not able to trade frag. I mean, this shouldn't come as a surprise, right? Where Tyloo, they have the individual players, they have the individual skill to just be monsters, right? Anyone on this team, we've seen them all just have crazy plays. It's just the fact that Cloud9 are not able to get these trade frags. We saw Bentet from the round before. Here it's DD who shines, where there are 2 players, 3 players from Cloud9, and they aren't able to trade effectively. Instead, it turns into a multi-kill for the man holding, and that's coming back to bite Cloud9. They desperately needed to start chaining some rounds together. Instead, it's going to be Tyloo with the hard reset on them. 5-1 for Tyloo, and an eco here for Cloud9, and a row of kills. Yes, Bentet quad spray before he gets roasted by his own teammate. DD, what are you doing? You're supposed to help him, not fry him.
Listen, he just want to make sure that he wasn't taken hostage in that situation. You know, there's got to be... There's a better way out, right?
Oh, brutal.
6-1 is the scoreline, and moving into the 8th round, it is Cloud9 a little bit behind, but we'll see if if it's going to go horribly wrong like it did for Virtus Pro, if they can start to build a comeback here. I feel like Cloud9 still have plenty of options left and things they can potentially try out. They've been pretty aggressive and pretty fast-paced, Cloud9. This setup, actually, we saw in the previous match as well. That smoke is going to make it a bit annoying to try and get that scope in for Skadoodle.
We'll see. They've got that double. They can set up for a double peek if they want here, Tyloo. Depends on the flash from their mate. That's DD, who is... no. Yeah, it is DD who's holding by drop right now. It's going to be the deep flash from Bentet. He's going to set it up. They are full flash. Skadoodle can't see a damn thing right now. But there it is. Sure enough, he goes for the peek, finds one, and Shroud is there to collect the headshot on somebody as well. So now, it's going to be on DD, last man alive here on the B site. Captain Mo is currently locked out. He's over on A site by Connector, and there's already a man in position to cut him off.
That is the perfect way to get that boost to work. You can't really get any better than that. Very well done. Automatic gonna get smoked off for the moment. Maybe if you'd stand up, it would have been interesting. Nothing, taking down HC, and we'll leave DD alone as he loses Captain Mo. So very measured round coming up Cloud9, anticipating some of the Chinese aggression, and it just backfires heavily on Tyloo. So now, 6-2, and the money is not really there for Tyloo. I mean, they have a lot of a bank on Captain Mo, but still forcing into this round, I would say, is a risk. If you're Tyloo, you've got to think, the CT side is not where we need to win all our rounds, you know?
So this is tough for Peacemaker, and you can see it right now. He's really focusing on talking to just a couple of the players because only a couple of the players actually know English. Bentet is one of them on Tyloo. And so what happens, it's like Chinese telephone, basically, where Peacemaker talks to one, and then the other one has to translate into Chinese. And so Peacemaker basically has to keep all of his points really succinct. He was complaining about this the other night, right, while we were just chatting. He's just like, this is how it has to work. I have to be very quick with my words and make sure that he understands so that he can then try and translate in time before the round actually starts. You know, everybody was wondering how it would work out with Peacemaker joining up with Tyloo, but it doesn't sound like much fun, right? To be in the hot seat as the coach and not be able to properly communicate clearly.
I mean, that's actually really interesting. I'm kind of glad that Peacemaker is doing this because...
what a boss!
Yeah, because, well, it's also like, what if it works, you know? What if he can actually sort of, you know, put some of the information from Western Counter-Strike towards that part of the world, and maybe they can grow as a region too. Like, it's certainly, I think, a worthwhile experiment. Very curious to see how it plays out. So far, looking quite good, actually. 6-2 is a very decent scoreline early on here. They did force into this round, like I said. They shouldn't. But we'll see if it pays off or not. I would be perfectly happy if I was Tyloo with picking up like 8 rounds in the first half. So if you just save here and then you go for full double up next round anyway, then more power.
Yeah, really late the smackdown. Woo! A little bit of a party favor there left by Bentet. Just does a little bit of damage to automatic, not too crazy with the HE. This is looking like it's going to be action B side again here, although we just ticked past the minute mark here for Cloud9. Bomb is waiting in B halls, and they are setting up once again to get control of Plateau for Cloud9, and things have been working out pretty good for him, and this is going to be perfect. There's only 2 players alive on the B side right now, Anders. Not a whole lot of defense, and nothing trimming the defense on A as well. Gets the kill on somebody.
Yeah, and even more than that, it keeps the 2 people, HC and Captain Mo, that are over there. They have to stay there for a while. They will find nothing, so that's always good. Now Bentet has to go really big with the FAMAS, and instead he's going to get shot in the back by Automatic, who finds the perfect timing. And HC and Captain Mo said, don't do this. Don't go for the retake. It isn't worth it.
But the dreams.
Yeah, but even with the dreams, it's just not worth it. They spent all of their money this round. I think that was a mistake from Tyloo. Listen, they're playing on the less favorite side here. If they can pick up, yeah, 7-8 rounds, that should still be pretty good. Especially because Cloud9 notoriously are not very good at playing the CT side, in my opinion. I think they do their best work on T side, where some of their more aggressive players, like Stewie and Automatic, could be allowed a lot more room to work with. And on CT side Cobblestone, those players are going to have a really hard time finding an outlet for that aggression. It's so hard to play aggressive CT side Cobble. So, yeah, I don't know what the urgency was for Tyloo to buy that around, but I'm sure they had a plan. Now, they've got no money, though.
It's that trap that you fall into. You don't want your opponents to get too far ahead. Think, okay, well, if we could just pull this off. And sometimes it works, and that's what reinforces it. It's almost like a bad habit, you know? It's just like, oh, but it worked that time, so it's definitely going to work this time, right? Sadly, no. This reality just doesn't really play out that way. 6-3, though. And Tyloo.
What's this reality thing you're talking about?
Oh, sorry, the simulation. The coding.
Right.
The coding of the simulation doesn't, you know, sometimes there's a glitch. And that's when somebody wins a force buy.
Oh, see, he's going to be in trouble. When he repeats this, he's going to realize, wait a minute, there's just a lot of people there. His teammates are going to get smoked off before they get there, so he's pretty much alone with the USP. Lots of grenades raining in. Good hit from Cloud9 here. This is pretty well thought out, and they're using the grenades to make sure that they don't sort of run into any kind of craziness. And looks like Stewie is in charge of picking up at least a couple of kills there, leaving Ben Ted alone with an M4, making his escape. Someone should try and stop that from happening.
Yeah, especially because the bomb only just now got planted.
Yeah, Automatic has almost 7k, Shroud has 6k, almost, yeah, so those two, let Automatic and Shroud go for a hunt here.
I do like it when you have the CTs who are on the other side of the smoke when the full execute's coming in. It just turns CS into a game of Tron, basically. Just like laser beams everywhere, all those nades sailing. I love it. It's gorgeous.
They really aren't hunting. I mean, nothing is sort of sticking around, so... this is interesting. Ben Tet, I wonder, in his position, he's actually got the most money on the team, so he could probably... I mean, I don't think they're going to be able to buy an extra round anyway here on the Tyloo side, or at least it'd be really, really tight if they did. But maybe he could just buy armor. And then he has the M4, and then who knows what happens.
He could be the hero. I mean, he's got the aim for those kinds of plays, especially if they go B plateau again. Him having a gun can make a big difference.
They are going to buy into this round again, Tyloo. It isn't the end of the world, it's just... I really want them to have that double up capability. It looked like Ben Ted was doing a good job on the plateau. They buy, but it's... Yeah, they're lacking a lot of grenades. And that could absolutely be a problem. The 11th round is about to commence with a similar style from Cloud9. Taking over the B hallways. Stewie this time covering the back. Earlier it was nothing doing that, but that doesn't really matter.
Ooh, Ska's bringing that up over here. Last problem, like I'm thinking, is there a scenario in which Ben Tet could kill Ska and pick up the op? But Skadoodle is usually the last man onto the site, which is why he's usually left in a lot of 1vX situations for Cloud9. Shroud leading the way, taking point here on plateau, got all of his mates there to back him up. The Molotovs are sailing into the site, and things are about to get a bit hairy here for Tyloo. They have not yet found a kill, and as I say it though, Ben Tet on the site, peeks out, finds Shroud, then they line up for somebody! 2 kills for him, Ska not able to reply on the plateau, looking to find it with the pistol in the end, and that's not gonna be good enough! Beautiful work, what a hold for Tyloo.
Very well done, and that's in spite of the fact that Cloud9 did almost everything by the book then. They had great Molotovs, good smokes coming in as well. And then they just couldn't really execute on time, but very well done.
If you're somebody, right, that's one of the all-time best feelings in the world if you're playing CS, yeah. You come through the smoke, nobody's looking at you, they lined up, you just got to grin. This is going to be good. 7-4. Cloud9 had the money to buy again, and HG has taken a lot of damage already.
That was over by long, and that's a nice pick-off. Somebody goes down. 7-4. Tyloo potentially in risk of losing their lead here.
Boy.
Captain Mo goes down next. Now it's a 5-on-3, and Cloud9 are very confident, it seems, slow playing the early part of this round. Tyloo are giving them the fight, and Cloud9 are winning them, and that's all they need. Yeah,
that's what Cloud9 love to do, and sure enough, HZ gets caught with the flash in hand, and Stewie picks up the kill on DD over by Connector, leaving Ben Tet the last man alive here, and if he can just stay alive with this AWP, that would be glorious! Goes for the no-scope on Shroud, sure, why not? Now it's just a matter of him staying alive, and it's not going to be long because we already have a man exactly on a mission looking for the flank, and he's going to get it. Sorry, Ben Tet can't rotate around fast enough that time to save yourself. They're just so stunned. They're stunned into motionlessness.
Time for a pause as well now for Tyloo with tactical, I assume. That might be time, and there we go, Ben Peacemaker. Almost, if you could read hand signals, you'd be able to get a picture of what's going on here. But yeah, I think this is a good time for a pause. Again, their money's not looking great. I would I wouldn't even be that sad if I was Tyloo and I just got 7 rounds. I'd be like, okay, now it's our turn for the T side, and now that's where we can really unfold. But I like how animated Peacemaker is. It's kind of interesting.
He's just trying. Man, you talk to coaches who speak the same language as their teams, and that's an agonizing position to be in when you're just watching. It's like, I can't say a word, I can't communicate with them, I can't tell them what they're doing right or wrong. Imagine if you had the communication barrier as well to deal with. Props to Peacemaker. That takes some chutzpah. Oh man, and Tyloo, here we go. They've actually invested in this round as well.
Well, yeah, but not everything.
Just the half buy?
Just the half buy, which is fine. Don't have any argument against that at all. Give yourself a chance if you feel like it. They should be able to buy in the next round because their round loss bonus, I guess it's not that much, but they've got something to work with in the upcoming round anyway.
Yeah, there will be a buy coming up. How good of one, we'll see. But the Molotov's already going out. Somebody hoping to get that shotgun into play. Not meant to be this time around. Stewie assassinates him, annihilates him, obliterates him, just gets a headshot. And that leaves it down to a 5-on-4 here for Cloud9. 2 players still on the A side, though, for Tyloo, and so we'll see. They haven't had much luck holding by the wood wall. The exit from A-long. They haven't had much luck over there. Captain Mo, he's got a deal, so we'll see. Point blank, maybe he gets lucky.
Automatic trying to mask the sound of him dropping, which not sure was entirely successful. But it's still a 5-on-3 here. Limited utility on the Tyloo team. They're actually weirdly boosting up where Automatic came from, so I don't know how this is going to play out, but it should be working out for Cloud9, just given the money that they have and the rifles as well.
I guess Bentet was running there.
Yeah, he probably was. I mean, that is just a really confusing round altogether. 7-6, and the 14th round is coming up, and Tyloo, now they've got the buy on their hands. It's still not that great. This is really frustrating to me. We have had 3 buys like this, and one of them has worked out and the other 2 haven't. But I would have much rather exchanged, you know, this for 2 good buy rounds, like two real rounds where they can really pick it up.
Listen, it goes against the rules of CSGO to go for 2 rounds of eco, Anders. No,
yes.
Just no. Doesn't happen. Go for the FAMASs. Only have half of the nades you need. And pray, hope for the best, because Cloud9 right now, they are making the comeback happen. Tyloo with a very strong start, but Cloud9, they're nearly tied up, 7-6. And Cloud9, of course, with the full buy on their side. And this time they're going to be stacked outside of A. So with 2 players holding solid here for Tyloo, things could get interesting. I really like that deep flash. It allows for Stewie exactly to charge straight out onto the slope, spots the boost, will not be able to pick up the kill, and in fact, Tyloo doing a tremendous amount of damage. 2 kills for them.
Yeah, but how did they get the backup up to DD, who's on the bomb side alone? Everything is smoked off at the moment, and all he has is a FAMAS. This is very tricky. Maybe on the balcony someone could come and help out. The bomb being planted. They don't check the bomb site. Cloud9, that's unacceptable.
Again.
They had the time, no problem. They're going to lose the round because of it. That's a big oversight on Cloud9's part.
In what world do you run up and just start planting the bomb immediately?
Yeah. That's definitely an issue. 15th round is coming up next, and Cloud9 have enough money to buy, plenty of money to buy, in fact, there's this one, including the AWP on Skadoodle. There's 1 on Captain Mo as well currently. Let's see, Tyloo, I still think it's great. 8 rounds for them, very impressive. Cloud9 sort of had a role in the middle of this half, but not as good as it could have been, I think.
Just some unforced errors that end up costing them quite a bit here. Just like that last round right there, that is just a painful one. Bit of a mistake. Nothing's going to be kicking himself that he didn't win the duel. A lot of damage going out onto Shroud, though, who took point on Plateau. It looks like he's asking if Automatic maybe wants to take his place. Bomb is still outside of A, however, and they're looking to see if they can't find anything over there. What's this? Was he asking for a boost, and Shroud was like, no? Nah.
It's hard to say, but it was unfortunate for Shroud because he was actually just inside the smoke waiting, so it was just a blind shot, I think, coming out from somebody. HC will take down Stewie, and now we're off to a bit of a start here. If Tyloo win this 9th round, I would say they're looking pretty good to maybe upset Cloud9, which I think would be a bit of an upset. Tyloo definitely not with the same amount of experience. Automatic right on the other side of DD. DD with down to 45 seconds here, and the bomb is still not being picked up. It's all the way by Shroud. So Cloud9 have got to be careful they don't run out of time.
There's the risk, and there's the shot. DD once again, not missing the opportunity. This is primed for Tyloo to end this half very strong indeed. 8-6, and they have a 2-man advantage. Shroud is lit. He's down to 7 HP. And while still 2 players holding solid on Tyloo, and it's going to work. HZ finds nothing. It's going to be 2 players left, and Skadoodle will find the shot onto Captain Mo, but now it's a matter of just collapsing onto this site, and DD out in the open, doesn't matter! Ska blind hits that one, and he gets the follow-up as well! He's looking to make it happen again! Ska, you're invincible! They can't take him down! Well, never mind, somebody finds the shot, but Shroud is there to be the hero. Quad kill for Ska. Unreal.
Look at the rest of his team looking at him. They just don't even know what just happened. That's an absolutely stolen round. Skadoodle, beast, still to this day. Very impressive stuff. And I don't even know. That's just heartbreaking for Tyloo. They pretty much had that round on lock. And the fact that Shroud is the one surviving, he got shot down to 7 health at the beginning of the round. We'll see what happens in the second half. It's coming up right after the break.
Summer in the hills, those hazy days I do remember. We were running still, had the whole world at our feet, watching seasons change. Our roads were lined with adventure, mountains in the way couldn't keep us from the sea. Here we stand, open arms. This is home where we are, ever strong in the world that we made. I still hear you in the breeze, see your shadows in the trees, holding on, memories never change.
And we are back. Second half is coming up here with Tyloo and Cloud9, and currently it's actually a pretty exciting game. We've got an 8-7 scoreline. Tyloo almost making it 9-6, but Skadoodle had just a different opinion about how that round was going to turn out. I mean, pretty much the best round of the game, I think, in terms of excitement. Very cool stuff. I think Tyloo, in spite of some, what I would say, pretty poor economic choices for them in the first half, they still did an amazing job. And I would say, yeah, as the score would suggest, it's pretty even.
Is it meme time, Anders? Because, you know, with Cloud9...
Is it never not meme time?
Exactly, right? So it's like, you know, Shroud the meme back in the day was like, if we could just get him to think that he's streaming in an official match, well, then he's just going to frag everybody, right?
True.
Here, I'm noticing that Scott, including yesterday, if it's like the last round or the before last round of the half, all of a sudden he just goes into beast mode and just starts wrecking everybody and pulling off crazy plays. So every round is the last round, Scott. Just think that. Think that and get triple kills every round. Cloud9 will be happy.
Look at this setup from Cloud9. This is so dirty. I think we've seen this from them before, but I really love it. It's the stack over in the corner. Nothing and Stewie, who's like double holding the actual chicken coop. They fall out Dway, just as I say. That's really disappointing. But the cool thing about it is, it's so unlikely anyone's going to have a Molotov to clear that out. So first guy peeks, takes a bit of a fight. If he dies, then they'll never suspect for there to be a second guy. Nothing though going aggressive, taking a fight with Captain Mo and winning it with the help of Stewie. Nothing with a headshot. And now HC with one reply, but this is great news for Cloud9. That's a bold move if you're Cloud9, especially because this first setup was so cool. But now things could really work out. They're trying to see if they can get into middle. Automatic will take a headshot. Shroud, inspired by that, will do one of his own. And HC now still in a lot of trouble.
Oh, and
More
Scott's
trouble.
there. Yep. Well, no, he doesn't have any troubles anymore, Anders. No troubles left in that round. Everybody getting a piece of the action on Cloud9 as well. That's a feel-good moment for them. They get the strong start on their CT side, winning the pistol, and the pressure continues to mount for Tyloo. So Peacemaker, you know, he's in his own, it's like his own little personal coach hell at this point. He's got 2 timeouts left though. So he does have 2 timeouts left, and knowing Peacemaker, he doesn't hold off using them. So we'll see when he decides if it's going to be before the 19th round, Tyloo's first buy round, if he decides to pull the trigger then. Get a timeout in there so you can talk it over with the team real quick. Because every round matters right now.
Bit of a jump there, and they did spot the boost that was coming in, or Bented did. And again, Cloud9 just holding pretty defensively. Stewie and nothing over by the plateau. And again, one of those positions from Stewie, it's almost like someone could make a flow chart about standing in that corner, because you know, if you know they don't have any money, it's fine. You could do this all day. As soon as they have enough money to buy the Molotovs, this becomes a big risk. So, yeah, pretty good stuff. I definitely like it. Trying to mask the sound of dropping again.
Then they drop after he stops shooting.
So very interesting. Shroud and Skadoodle, and then Shroud again with the MP7 as they do just shut down that whole flank. Seemed like there was a bit of miscommunication there on Tyloo, yeah. Nothing eventually goes down to somebody. Nice peek from Stewie. He got tired of waiting in the corner, apparently. Now it's just DD on long. Does have a Tech 9 and armor, but can't really make any use of it. So now it's Cloud9 taking the round lead, making it 9-8 in their favor. Not really a big lead, but
good enough.
Tyloo still can't buy.
Exactly. They still can't buy because they're not getting bomb plants here in these situations. And so this investment for Cloud9 is just going to pay a huge dividends. Now, look, they don't even have to go up to M4s unless they want to. Stewie is going to go for it, but they could just stay on these UMPs and these MP7s, no problem at all. They know that they're running up against unarmored opponents again. And then when the next round rolls over, drop the MP7s, pick up a couple M4s, and go to town. Yeah.
Very similar kind of setup here for Cloud9, which is just fine. They have swapped it out a bit with Stewie holding a bit further back. This time, nothing but a great spray. Quad kill for him, and there's the instant ace. That's so incredibly quick. I mean, it doesn't quite beat the record, but yeah, that was only a couple of seconds.
Talk about making money. Quad kill with the UMP. Let's go. Filthy rich. All of that in one mag as well. That's unbelievable. Just spray and pray.
Big return on investment. Slight bonus round, at least on some of the Cloud9 players here coming in just because of the MP7 and the UMP. Definitely very questionable weapons on a map like this. You can get into positions for the first fight, but the problem is if you have to retake, then these weapons become a pretty big handicap.
Questionable. The one thing here is that Bented is just like, when will I ever get to play with the op? will this happen someday? I've heard that they're pretty cool.
Oh, nothing. Opening up and taking down somebody, but that's only part of the problem. Cloud9 have full control over this. This is so rare that we get to see anyone pushing this. See see if it's going to work out for Cloud9. Automatic with a good kill, and HC was actually flashed for a while, but not enough apparently for Automatic to follow up the kill. Stewie going aggressive at Bented, who read the situation very well, so 3-on-3 now.
This is getting a bit chaotic. This is a little all over the place. Automatic recommitting to the fight, and then Stewie pushing aggro has really cost Cloud9 quite a bit. We're into a 3-on-3 now, and this situation should favor Tyloo. All three of them gathered over towards the A site. There's only a single player here for Cloud9 to stop this push coming through. But that is going to be Skadoodle with the AWP. And if he can maintain that level that we saw towards the end of the first half, things are going to get fun. Things are going to get pretty interesting here. Could be turning into a bit of the turkey shoot. 20 seconds left, and there's the flash. Ska still alive, hits the first shot, makes it look easy, no problem at all. Will he get the follow-up, though? That's the question. They're waiting for him, and in the meantime, the cavalry will soon arrive. Not going to hit the follow-up, though, but Ska trying to stay alive. He's still doing such a fantastic job of not over-peaking. They're not actually able to get onto the site. 7 seconds left, and they're not even going to get the plant. It bought more than enough time for Shroud to rotate in, and nothing will pick up the final kill. Skadoodle staying alive. It's a flashback to Kenny last week.
That's just so frustrating, isn't it? Like, one of the worst ways to lose, just having no time at all to actually take those fights. If they had had 40 seconds, then, you know, they could have slowed it down and tried to make it work. But 8-11, 3-round lead for Cloud9, and it's a bit of a problem for Tyloo now. The money is really starting to catch up to them. They just, every other round, it seems now, is a save round. They've lost 4 in a row in the second half here. Pretty tough.
They're not going to have much room for error after this next one. What they desperately need, Tyloo, is a bomb plant. They need the bonus money going into the next round so that they can get bent at that AWP or Captain Mo. Hell, go double op right now on T side. Really just throw something big here at Cloud9 because you're going to have to dig deep. It's going to be 3 dropping into drop room. Shroud is close enough to hear it. Going to be able to pick up a kill, but he does actually expose himself to somebody. The refrag is there. Stewie stops DD from actually pushing onto the site itself, however. And this is now Automatic. Holding off on connector. Ah, clever here from somebody. Wait, did he just throw the bomb up only for Bentet to drop down again with the bomb?
Yeah, I think they changed their minds halfway through. It is kind of an interesting feature that you can do that, though. Sometimes it definitely can pay off to try and fake it out, especially if the CTs have already seen the bomb, if they know that it's dropped down. Might be a bit of a play there. Stewie hiding in the corner. They don't have anything to check it with, so they're just going to have to go out, and that's an instant death. And could have been a follow-up, nothing instead in charge of taking that kill and closing out the round as well for a 12-8 scoreline. Just a 4-round gap, but it is becoming bigger here in favor of Cloud9. 18 kills on nothing, Automatic on 17. We have just been seeing a lot of games lately where nothing is one of the players really having a big impact. That's wild.
Yeah, throughout the qualifiers for the major, here again, nothing seems to be able to have his moments where he hits the shots. I mean, granted, he got 4 kills on that anti-eco, so that definitely goes a long way. But, no, the ace, sorry. 4 kills with UMP. But still, you have to give it to Jordan. He is still one of the standout players, one of the North American legends to carry it over into CSGO. And this is a tactical timeout used here by Tyloo. Peacemaker jumping on the opportunity now. So they've had that round of eco. Now they're going to get the buy. And so finally Peacemaker decides, all right, let's slow things down here. See what we can do.
They've been very aggressive on the B plateau. I think that's the main source of Tyloo's problems right now. Cloud9 they're so good. Stewie and Nothing are actually quite a lethal duo on that side. And if you can't get B plateau control, there are a lot of options that immediately disappear from what you do. The problem is, it's not even like you just focus on the A side, because if you're not showing any presence on B, you're going to be fighting 2 or 3 people in A pretty quickly. So you have to force the CTs back in some way. There's actually for once around where Cloud9 are a bit more conservative on the B side and are holding a bit further back, and maybe that could give some space to Tyloo here. HC living life on the edge, but the fire will stay away for a moment.
An imperfect flash, but it still serves its purpose. HC able to make his exit, and now the flash. This is going to open things up here. Shroud was not caught blind by that one either. That's going to open it up, but the crossfire is perfect, and Stewie is there to pick up 2 kills. Nothing finds one point blank, drops DD, and Stewie reigns supreme on this site so far. 3 kills for him, and Tyloo, and what a quad kill for Stewie at the end, but an all-important round for Tyloo.
How's nobody flashed who's holding by that rock? I mean, that's kind of mad.
two of them, and one of them is designed to hit the guy who's holding. No, but Shroud was actually holding close to the door, so he was standing within, like, flash went off behind him.
Yeah,
on the first one.
I don't know, like, that was just not quite good enough for Tyloo. 8-13. The gap continues to grow. Tyloo's money is still not looking good. They don't have many timeouts left, just one, I believe. They need to make this work right now. Nothing. Again, winning the fight by the broken wall and shutting down DD. The follow-up is kind of there, but it's a bit late from HC. He's going to pick up nothing at least, and now spraying wildly through. Eventually, automatic goes down to Captain Mo. That's actually on the other side, where the bomb is making its way up with Bentet as well. So Cloud9 just going to give up on the fight in B and say, let's just go for where the bomb actually is. Skadoodle holding, bit of a gap shot, but he actually can't hit it either. Looked like maybe he had the chance for it there. Shroud goes down, and that leaves Stewie walking out onto the site. HC coming in, trying to see if they can sandwich him. Bentet has to wait for him, and Stewie, if he gets the timing wrong, he's going to get shot in the back. It's not that far away now. He's been spotted. Bentet buying time for his teammate. That's very good instinctual play coming up. But, oh, it's a team flash instead. Stewie's going to go down, but that could have been an absolute disaster.
Oh, the pain. Cloud9 making the right calls, just rotating straight off of B. Get 3 over onto A as quick as possible, but that was just a run-and-gun fight the entire way, through and through, non-stop action. But for it to be a team flash, and that's how Stewie spots him out, if that team flash doesn't happen, Stewie might get the kill there. Unbelievable. The finest of margins here in these rounds. But Tyloo can breathe a sigh of relief. That's it. They managed to get on the board here and pick up a round. 9-13. Full buy for Tyloo with the AKs, and there is the AWP still present here on Skadoodle. Pretty balanced buy actually between both of these teams. So, but Cloud9 still kind of go for this catch-all approach. We saw it on Train as well, where they really are believing in like the 3-2 kind of setup. That might come back to bite them if Tyloo decide to hit B site and force, though.
Yeah, but I feel like Tyloo have tried that a couple of times and it hasn't really worked out at all, which is kind of disappointing. Or what kind of smoke is this from somebody? I feel like I haven't seen that too often. Obviously one that he lines up beforehand. So just a wall that lands a bit further up, I believe, by the rock. They actually smoked both sides of the rock with that. Pretty interesting. And managed to get the kill on Nothing. Stewie and Nothing actually, after his death, still able to pick up the kill on HC with the Molotov. And Stewie hiding at the edge of the smoke. We saw this earlier from Heroic as well. Can he get the timing down right? Almost shut down. And the Molotov is near as well. Stewie is no longer... still a 2-on-3 here, favoring Cloud9.
What is this madness? Shroud alive at Big Stone. And somebody trying to get the access to this site. Bentet is the one who's got the bomb, however, and so somebody has to come over here and help out his mate. Bentet has a cross out into the open, and they have no utility left to make this easier. And sure enough, shot in the back. Automatic and Shroud, each picking up a kill. And Tyloo, it was a short-lived joy, Anders. You know, they pick up one round, but just like that, Cloud9 are right back into it.
Oh, man.
That's agony. Just enough damage. The HE Molly combo.
Yeah. Slow down inside of the fire. No fun at all.
Ah, this must be the last timeout called here by Peacemaker.
Yeah, I mean, why not? The problem is Tyloo don't really have any money here, but at least they have the timeout. They are buying a UMP on DD. They're going to buy in this round.
All or nothing?
Or it's just DD? But, what's happening? Where's the rest of the team buying?
Oh, not like this. No way.
Okay, they're...
I guess DD's going to be the one. Nope.
No, they are. They're just doing it very slowly. That caught me off for a moment. I was like, this can't possibly be a plan, and it wasn't. Thank God. All right. Yeah, they don't want to fight for overtime. They want to try and see if they can come back right now. I don't think this is a bad choice. I mean, if you're Tyloo, it's certainly a risk, and they have been having a really hard time getting onto the B bomb site. But once again, they're going to lose the fight against Nothing. He's sticking around, which is way too bold. There's no reason to, but he's going to pick up 3 kills. Could have just done with the 1. That's going to strike deep in the heart of Tyloo now. How can you come back in around 2 versus 4? Tech9 and a UMP.
Yeah, bold indeed. You're right. A total lack of respect there hanging around after the first kill. That's Nothing, though, with the confidence to saying it time and time again. Sometimes it comes back to bite you, but in this case, Nothing. He can feel like he did his job. 2-man advantage now for Cloud9. And Tyloo, well, they have a minute left to work with. They have the UMP, smoke and flash on DD. So he's going to have to be the man of the hour here. But the rotation already coming here from Cloud9 towards that A site. They're going to have that extra man in connector. And this is kind of turning into the B site defense where they want to shut it down if it is the push, and then it'll turn into the retake on A if Tyloo decide to wrap over there. So again, Cloud9 kind of covering the bases here. More time literally burned off the clock.
Yeah. 35 seconds. Tyloo just, they don't have the equipment to make a breakthrough right now. The only way you turn around like this in your favor is if Cloud9 make a big mistake and don't set up crossfires. And with the bomb down, it is most certainly done. VD's got 20 seconds and he's going to be going down to Skadoodle. 15-9 here, and the map point for Cloud9, who have really stepped it up here in the second half. Their CT side defense looking much better than I was kind of fearing. I thought that maybe it would be worse, but they've only lost one round in the second half, so that's definitely good news. And honestly, this whole plateau situation is something Tyloo needs to find an answer for at some point.
Have they? You mean they've plateaued in their strategy?
They do plateau on the plateau. You're right.
They need to figure this out. Came to me in a flash, Anders.
Doodle and automatic holding over on the other side. It seems like Tyloo have given up on the B idea and instead want to go for A automatic with nice opening kill. Takes a bit of damage, but not too much, and he's going to go for the fight again, making it a double. He's out of bullets, otherwise that would have been way more. Shroud and Skadoodle, and that's the end. 16-9 in favor of Cloud9 as they take out Tyloo on Cobblestone.
Keeping the hopes alive. It looked a little scary there at the start on this map. Started to wonder a little bit if Cloud9 were going to get ejected out of the tournament without picking up a single map, but no. They show their resolve, some true grit, and managed to come back in the second half. Very clean work from